Dr. Khalfan Abdullah Al-Masruri, Associate Professor, the Dean of Muscat College, Sultanate of Oman, holds a PhD in Software Engineering in 2005 at the University of Manchester in UK and Master of Science in Information Systems in 1998 at the University of Leeds Metropolitan, UK, and Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in 1994 at Sultanate Qobus University, Sultanate of Oman. He has experience of 25 years in institution of higher education in the Sultanate and his fields of teaching are software engineering, information technologies, and computer science. In addition to teaching, he took different leadership positions in different colleges such as Deans of the College, Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs, Head of the Department, Head of Session, Chairing Committees, and so on. His research interests are in many fields including artificial intelligence and education. Also, he received funding for research projects from the Scientific Research Council in the Sultanate. Now he is here to share about data science versus data analytics versus machine learning. Welcome you, sir.
Hello, very good morning to everybody. It is approximately 10:45 in Oman, and in India it is like more than 12 o'clock. So good morning and good afternoon. So let's say good every minute. Thank you very much for the organizers who did very well related to the organizing this event, and a special thank to Dr. Mohan. Okay, so let me share my screen. I hope that it is clear to you. So if the voice is clear and if the screen is displayed, just
yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. So as you have seen from the agenda, I will go through some concepts, and then through these concepts, I will talk about the three things: data science, data analytics, and machine learning. Also, I will go deeply in the skills required and little related to the salary towards these three things, and what are the scopes related to the future and the future really in India for the data science. And there is also a rumor stating that is it possible for the data scientist to be a hacker? Okay, since we are talking about data, we are not talking about a normal data. We are not talking about an ordinary data. We are talking about a massive data, which is unstructured data. So just this screen displays some differences. For example, here from the left side, we are talking about a digital test, which can be sent through the devices. So is it possible to send the test? For example, if somebody like made some cake, or if somebody make some rice or something, some meal, is it sweet? Is it salted, and so on and so forth. Similar scenario for the digital smell. So also we can talk about the colonia. As you know, there are thousands of colonia available in the world itself. So how we can send such colonia and how we can send such tests between the machines. In addition to data, also to the unstructured data, we are having customer services. So as you know, in the customer service, as you have seen here, this is a robot available in Oman, in Muscat especially, and it is in one of the canteen and one of the restaurants, but this restaurant is very special. So as you have seen, the customer service is working even not only for the robotics, also it works for the telecommunications. So if somebody is dealing and calling the telecommunications company like after midnight, as you know, the machine will answer. So how machine deals and treated with such information? Similar scenario, we have self-driving cars. So how data will be transferred between the car and between the surrounded area, for example, between the car and between the other cars, between the car and between the police stations, and so on and so forth. Here, the other example is the self-emotional. So as you have seen here, when we are talking about emotional, we are talking about deep learning, we are talking about neurology system, and so on and so forth. So as you have seen here, we can understand how this guy will feel. And also we are having hundreds of examples related to the medical field, which we need a very unstructured data. So having in mind this instruction data, for sure that we want somebody to work on it, we need somebody to analyze it. Okay, if we started talking about the data science here, we are depending on the three circles. Okay, so data science mainly talks about data, and as you have seen, it covered three areas: hacking skills, math, statistics, and knowledge, and the required knowledge, which is related to substantive expertise. If we are talking about here hacking skills, mainly we are talking about how the machine can get these unstructured and structured data. So for sure here, we need machine learning in order to get this data, because some data will be available, and as you know, some data will not be available. So if data is not available, then we have to generate it, we have to predict it, and so on and so forth by using the machine learning. After having the machine learning, so data science also will have a knowledge about how we can analyze. So in this case, math and statistics knowledge will be needed. And similar scenario here, such brief ideas and brief knowledge about the science that which he is working. For example, if he is dealing with engineering, so this guy should have such information about engineering. If he is dealing with computer science, so such information is needed related to computer science. If he is dealing with medical, so such information is required related to the medical field. So as you have seen here, through the Venn diagram, which created by the Conway in 2010, we can understand the data science and the relation among the three big areas. Great. So what are the skills required to become a data scientist? Normally, data scientist deals with three areas: analytics, programming, and domain knowledge. So this guy should have a strong knowledge in Python, because he needs to understand the programming. So mainly in Python, this is the famous, as you know, that which is used in artificial intelligence, famous language, some statistical analysis system, which is in abbreviation as SAS, RStudio, and Scala. These are the most tools that this guy needs to have such knowledge about. And also this guy has to have such experience in database and mainly in SQL. Why? Because this guy will deal with retrieving and implementing the data itself. In addition to that, also this guy has to have some ability to work with unstructured data from various sources like video, social science, and the previous examples when I talked and discussed about the data itself. Also, he has to understand multiple analytical function. Why? Because this guy, he needs to understand how we can analyze the data. And finally, this guy needs to have some knowledge related to machine learning. Great. So after talking about data scientist, let's move to data analyst. As you know, data analyst comes under data scientist. So data scientist is the umbrella of many things, and one of these is data analyst. So data analyst is a person who can work and describe statistics, he can visualize data, and he can conclude and communicate the conclusion to others. Okay, again, what are the skills required for the data analyst? This guy should have, again, some knowledge related to programming, similar to data scientists, like Python, RStudio, and JavaScript, in order to know and to communicate between different programmings. Also, he should have some knowledge related to data processing and analysis tool, such as querying, data mining, data cleansing, and SPSS related to data analysis. SPSS is for Windows application, but as you know, there are other tools. For example, if we are using Linux media, so Linux, rather than using SPSS, we can use PSPP, which is similar to SPSS. Also, this guy has to understand some statistics and machine learning algorithms, such as probability distribution, hypothesis testing, regression analysis, clustering techniques, and so on and so forth. Even also, this guy has to have some knowledge related to data visualization tool, such as QLAC Video and Power BI. Great. Okay, so here we are having a summary of the differences between data science and data analytics. So as you have seen here, when we are comparing between the four factors, so data science, the scope is macro, it is bigger than data analytics, which is micro. And the goal is, the main goal for that data science is to ask questions, and the main goal for data analytics is to answer this question, which will be asked by data scientists. And here there are some examples related to measures. So data science can deal with machine learning, with artificial intelligence, search engine, corporate analytics, and so on and so forth. So you are noticing here the data science will lead or will know the general topics, while the data analytics has to have some deep knowledge related to the, like, for example, healthcare, gaming, and travel. And both of them are using big data. So as a general, data scientist will create questions, while data analyst will find the answers to these kind of questions. Great. When we are talking about machine learning, and as you know from previous my friends' talks, a summary, machine learning can be defined as a practice of using algorithms to extract data, and this machine will learn from this data in order to protect and to give such solution for a specific topics. Here we are having such examples. Machine learning are implemented in many areas, and I gave very famous and the new trends currently. For example, the Facebook machine learning, and as you know, even also when in the meantime Facebook, as you know now, is taking care of WhatsApp, Instagram, and so on and so forth. So Facebook is gathering and compiling all information from all surrounding area, and after that, this algorithm will gather the behavioral information from every single user, and after that will analyze this information, and based on the past behavior, which is already compiled by this algorithm, the algorithm will predict the interest, and the recommend article and notification can be displayed in front of the user. So this is the reason why, if a person normally is searching through a specific, for example, requirement, then after logging to the Facebook, immediately the news related to that search will be displayed in front of the eyes of that user. Another example is Amazon. And as you have seen that if a person or if the buyer normally is searching for a specific item, then the behavior will be recorded. After that, it will be analyzed. And as you know that it will be recommended, the product itself will be recommended to the person. Similar scenario for the Netflix, and Netflix related to, as you know, videos and based on what the required person normally is moving and watching, what kinds of movies, then Netflix will display and will give such suggestions to this guy. Okay, what are the skills required to become a machine learning expert? There are many skills, to be honestly here, because when I read, I notice many things, but here just only a brief examples. So this guy should have such knowledge related to computer fundamentals. This guy also, he should have some knowledge related to programming. In some areas, this guy needs to have some deep knowledge overall, because as you know, this guy should have a general knowledge about the areas, but deep knowledge about a specific area. So basic knowledge in math and calculus. Why? Because this guy will work with statistics at the same time. And also this guy will work with the probability and data modeling and evaluation skills. If we are comparing between data science and machine learning, so as you have seen that data science works as a multiple discipline. Okay, so the gray circle is a data science, while the surrounding area are coming parts and partial belongs to the data science. So here, data scientists should have a knowledge about statistics, pattern recognition, machine learning, data mining, database and data processing, and visualization, and so on and so forth. So machine learning fits with the data science. If we are talking about the salary itself, so here, based on the glassdoor.co.india, okay, I checked the updated figures related to February 2021, the salary in United States. So I compared here. There are two tables. The left side table talks about the average of salary per year related to the three fields: data scientist, data analyst, and machine learning engineer. Okay, so as you have seen per year, for the data science, the average approximately will be 113,000 per year, while for data analyst is 62,000 per year, and machine learning engineer is competing with data scientist, which is 114,000 per year. In the right side, there is a table. Just I took some examples from the famous companies, and I made some comparisons again between these three areas in Facebook, Oracle, IBM, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. So as you have seen here, the data scientist again is competing with machine learning. So the average here, data analyst is in between. So you can notice that Facebook is 130, while machine learning engineer is 160,000. Here is 111. Okay, IBM is 135, 41, and 111,000 per year. So overall, the data analyst is in the middle layer, and it is in between data scientists and machine learning. But overall, if we are comparing between the salaries among these people, the three areas and other fields, we can notice that data scientist is having a very big trend. Okay, a future scope of data science. Data science, currently it is called as the sexiest job of the 21st century, which is in this century. Who said this one? Is Harvard Business Review. And there are many reasons why data scientist is the current job. Okay, first of all here, inability of handling the data related to the companies, because we are having a huge amount of data, as you know, generated every millisecond and transferred between the devices. So these companies will face some difficulties in order to handle data. So this is the reason why we need data science. The second reason is revising, as you know, the privacy rules and regulations. As you know, the GDPR, which stands for General Data Protection Regulation, was issued by the European Union in May 2018. Another regulation was issued by California 2020. And as you know, this will create the codependency between the transferring of data between the companies related to sharing accurate data. So in order to take care of the privacy, such rules and regulations are generated. Why also we need data science? Data science is constantly developing. So as you know, it is rapidly developing. Every time jobs, as you know, are newly created and newly added, especially related when we are talking about artificial intelligence. So new specializations and new majors will be generated related to artificial intelligence fields. Another reason is the amazing rise in data growth. So as you have seen, as I said before, the data is growing up rapidly in a lightning speed. So it is very difficult to deal with it and to control it. Virtual reality will be more friendly since we are talking about reality. So as you know that we are discussing the virtual reality and augmented reality. So we started last time, and there are many projects even here in Sultanate of Oman. We are working on this area, and the projects are growing up in a massive way. In addition that, human and machine, as you know, are interacting with each other. So a dependency and improvement of the friendship between the human and machine should be improved more and more. And as you know, since we are talking about transferring of money, so we are talking about the blockchain. So as you have seen that blockchain, again, also it is being increased. And once we are talking about the blockchain itself, so we have to take care of the security related to data transferring. Here just I did ask a question related to the future of data scientists in India. Okay, so based on upgrade.com website, data science is one of the most demanded jobs for 2021, and it is predicated that by 2026 data science and analytics would be having more than 11 million jobs. Wow. We can notice that many jobs will be created within these 5 years. And India normally comes after United States. This is based on the upgrade.com. So many jobs for data scientists will be generated in a short time. Okay, a very big question was raised. Okay, can data scientists become a hacker? This is a strange question. Why? Because, as you know, we are depending on data, and since we are depending on data, so machine learning will work here. And since we are talking about machine learning, so in this case, data will be compiled from anywhere, and data can be predicted, data can be generated. So the answer is yes. Data scientists can be a hacker, and even also when I read many writers, they are stating the same term. For example, here, Hilary Mason said that data scientist is someone who can obtain, scrub, explore, model, and interrupt data, and blend hacking, statistics, and machine learning also will occur. A conclusion of my presentation is data science, data analytics, and machine learning are some of the most in-demand domains in the industry right now. Another conclusion, general conclusion, is a combination of the right skill sets and real-world experience can help you secure a strong career in these trend domains. Okay, so this is the last slide of my presentation. I made it short, and if there are any questions or clarification or input from my colleagues, you are most welcome.
Sir, can I ask one question?
For sure.
Yeah, I'm from healthcare. I'm from India. I'm Atul Bhargav from India. Sir, which specialty in healthcare you feel the maximum demand will be there of artificial intelligence and machine learning?
What do you mean by which? Are you talking about which part of artificial?
Yeah, because which specialty you feel in healthcare? Healthcare is a very big field.
That's true.
Like telemedicine, or like maybe robotic engineering, maybe any other field which you feel the maximum increase will be there, the usage of AI and machine learning.
What I am believing, that I am believing mostly the expert system will play a role here, because expert system is like mimicking the real doctor. So expert system is one of them, and even also a robotics. Why? Because it can help a doctor in order to do the operation. So both fields, expert system and robotics.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
You are most welcome.
Hello, sir. I have one question actually. Can I ask?
For sure. You are most welcome, sir.
So I am working as a data scientist in Hyderabad, and so I have a question: how we can leverage the power of data science during the COVID area? Like we have an ongoing COVID period. So how we can leverage our data science skill to for the social benefit or for the social goods?
As you know, here, COVID area, everything is working as online. So even also in the colleges, in the universities, and even also between time to time, some countries, they started even also using online medical system. So since we are in COVID and everybody is isolated, as you know, artificial intelligence and data science will play a good role in dealing, as I mentioned here in the first slide when I discussed about the data itself. The digital smell also can be communicated. The digital test also can be communicated. So since we can send the smell and we can send the test at the same time, also we can deal with other things very easily, especially when we are talking about also the social media, because social media is a matter of data transferring applications. And as you know, in order to analyze the massive data transferred between these applications, a data scientist will play a good role in the social media application. I hope I understood and I answered your question.
Yeah, that was very insightful actually. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, is there another question?
Thank you, sir.
The connection get disconnected.
No, sir. It's a connection, I think so. Hello.
Okay. Yes, I am with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You explained a lot about this program. I think you just conducted from Woman. Thank you. You explained a lot about the data science versus data analytics versus machine learning. Thank you so much, sir. You enlightened the speech. Thank you. Really, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You are most
Any
welcome.
questions?
Thanks.
Is there any questions you can ask the audience? Any question?
Thank you, sir, for this informative session. You have clearly explained about data and what are the skills which we have to acquire to become a data scientist. And you made us to be clear about data science and data analyst. And you have touched upon an interesting topic, machine learning, with some good examples. And today you create an awareness about the scope of data analyst and data scientist. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session.
You are most welcome. Thanks indeed.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.